Hi and welcome back to another video. Today I'd like to talk to you about how I make my living as a photographer. So this is the primary source of income for me. I don't really do anything else. And it's a tough way to make a living, or it can be. And along with every other kind of creative industry, I would say you have to be versatile. And so I'll tell you exactly how I do that. With photography, the most obvious way to earn money is by photographing clients, which sounds super obvious, of course. However, the thing which is not so obvious is niching down. So making sure that clients know what they're going to get when they book you, and making sure that you have a distinctive style. Now, when you start doing photography, if you're looking to earn some or all of your income from doing this, you're probably going to be shooting in loads of different styles, trying to find your voice, trying to find out what works best for you, trying to find out what you love the most. And I was exactly like that when I started. And I think it's true to say that most people need some time to really find their way. However, when people are spending money on something like photography, or indeed anything else which is creative, they want to know what they're going to get when they part with their money. And that's why having a strong niche is really, really important. So with my work, I think my clients know that they're going to get one or two different looks to the photo. And that's not looks as in the styling and that kind of thing, but the way the photos feel, if I can put it that way. They know what they're going to get. And not everybody likes that, and not everybody is going to want to pay me to do that. But the people who do like it, I think they really like it. And so they're prepared to come and be my client and come and be my repeat client, which is at the end of the day what you're really looking for. So niche down so people know your style. Secondly, I shoot weddings, and this is a decent source of income for loads and loads of photographers. It's not my primary thing. I do like doing weddings. It's a very, very crowded market, and so I don't particularly market my services as a wedding photographer, and I shoot them as and when they come along. Basically, I love doing them, but that's how I position myself with weddings. In order to get some added boost to your income, one of the things that I do is I use a service called PixieSet, which is one of several online gallery services which you can use. So when I deliver photos to my clients, I upload them to PixieSet. I make them a gallery. We can decide whether they're downloading or whether they want to allow their friends and guests at the wedding to download, and so on. All of that is absolutely fine. One other really cool thing that PixieSet offers is it allows you to sell prints and other wall art and that kind of thing. And depending on where you are in the world, PixieSet links to different printers or suppliers of photos, and you can more or less set the price that you want to charge people for those. Obviously, the printer is going to take their cut as well, but it's a good way of adding on income to the wedding that you just shot and edited. So that's a really useful tip. I make a significant amount of my photography income from teaching people in various ways. Now, I absolutely love teaching, and in the first part of my career, I worked as a teacher pretty much full time. And the way that I do that aspect of the job now is I run workshops. So at my studio, I run small group workshops, usually for up to 3 photographers, because I have a small studio, and I cover different aspects of lighting and retouching and editing. And again, I keep that within a niche that I know that people know me for. So group workshops are a lovely way of meeting people, because photography can be a fairly solitary job, as in you can spend day after day retouching photos. So workshops are awesome. I also train professional photographers on an individual basis. So if they're looking to shoot in a similar way to me, or maybe they're natural light photographers who are looking to learn about studio work, then I do quite a bit of work with those people. However, those jobs mean I have to spend real time working with people, which I absolutely love, but there are only 24 hours in a day and 7 days in a week, and so on. So the next aspect of my income that I'm going to talk to you about is my online masterclass. So this is something which I spent a long time creating and editing and thinking about and fretting about and all of that kind of stuff. But I produced a masterclass which is called Cinematic and Dramatic Portraits, which attempts to distill all of the features of my style in terms of shooting, lighting, editing, how to group colors together, all that kind of thing. And although it took me a lot of expense and time and effort to produce it, the work, when it was completed, means that it's a type of passive income for me. So people can buy that without me having to sell a physical product to them, without me having to be there in real time when they buy it. I do offer support, of course, and it does take time if you have these products, and you have to pay to a website, some method of selling them, and so on and so on. But it's a great method of passive income once you've got the initial work done. So the online masterclass or any item that you can deliver digitally is really great. In that same area, I also produce software products for photographers, Photoshop actions and Lightroom presets and that kind of stuff. And again, those things take loads of time to produce, and there's a certain level of skill involved and creativity and so on. But once they're produced, they can be sold without any other input from you, and because you're not having to buy a physical product to sell somebody, your profits are generally pretty good. So next, I'm going to talk to you about affiliate marketing. So affiliate marketing is where you have a relationship with a supplier of products, such as Amazon. That's the one who I affiliate with. And what it basically means is that if you talk about products in your social media, or if you make YouTube videos, which might be reviews, camera reviews or something like that, and then you have a link to the product you're reviewing in the YouTube description, for example, if people click on that product and they buy it, or indeed if they click on it and then go on to buy other products from Amazon, you get a small proportion of the sale of that product. And it's usually a percentage. Obviously, the more products you're affiliated to, the more that you can kind of link to across your various social channels, and the more you expose those products to your audience, to your customers, the more potential you have for making sales. And finally, YouTube advertising. So YouTube is an amazing platform. I think I'm right in saying that it's the world's biggest search engine after Google. So when most people go onto YouTube, they are looking, sometimes for entertainment, but I would say that most times they're looking to learn how to do something. And so if you want to learn to change a lens on your DSLR, for example, you could read the manual, of course, but everybody hates reading manuals. And so you're going to go onto YouTube, aren't you? And you're going to search for how to change a 50mm lens on a Nikon D5 or something like that, and you're going to watch somebody explain how to do it, and it's much more fun. So if you have YouTube videos which are about certain things which are going to generate a big audience, and maybe changing a lens on a camera is not one of those subjects, then you can have advertising which is linked to your video, which means that anybody who watches your video and watches the advertising means that that's going to generate a small amount of income for you each time. And again, it's automatic once you've taken the time to create your YouTube video and edit it nicely and upload it to your channel. People can watch that thousands or millions of times potentially, and if you have your advertising connected to that, each time somebody watches the ad, a little piece of that is going to you. So that is my wisdom for how I make a living in photography. There are many other ways that you can do it as well, but that's how I do it. I'll probably look to diversify even more this year. If you have comments or questions about this, it's a super interesting and super hot topic because it's related to people's income and their well-being and their professional development and so on. Please leave me a comment or a question and I will answer you. Thank you very much.